Okay, so dear Dharma practitioners, be comfortable yourself and relax your body and keep your back straight, head straight in one line and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring your attention to this bell sound. And while you're focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind and relax your breathing with your thoughts. So do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, in these ongoing meditation sessions, we mainly try to share some basic information for yourself to develop a very clear, strong, spiritual foundation with practicing meditation. So when it comes to meditation, we have to remember it is very important to know the technique, and it is important to know how we can do it, because it can develop by practicing. So then to practice yourself, you have to engage with your body and mind, and you have to use your body and mind. And in that way, by the time you can gain result. So one of the important things you have to remember, it is not about kind of like looking for a goal or reach to a goal. It's moment by moment practice. How you give your best to the moment of practice is very necessary. Another thing is, when you observe with your mind, whatever the objects that come to us, we have to have ability to always not to go with, but to detach from it. So because this whole appearance come as a creation of mind. There is nothing that you can experience without the mind. It doesn't matter good or bad, right or wrong, up and down, black or white. This all come as a result of the mind. So then if you go with the object and try to differentiate and try to categorize, try to judge, then what you do the result of your own mind. And you separate the very result of your own mind. So that's why if you look very carefully, by the time if you are capable to know what you experience and the experiencer, once you know the mind and how you experience through the mind, that is where you can be undisturbed out of that what you experience. Otherwise, most of time what happens, we always go towards the object, but we don't remember, or mostly we forget the observer. But you are the observer. Your mind is the observer. Just imagine that sometimes you feel good. Your emotions, your thoughts, your feelings, sometimes you feel good. So when you feel good, if you hold it to that goodness, and it's not going to be forever, it's going to change, but because that the goodness or the pleasure or the happiness come as a result of something else. So it's not going to be permanent. So it's going to go away. And then just imagine when the sadness, worry, disappointment, fear arise. So that also a very result of mind. So the mind doesn't care. So whatever according to the necessary cause and conditions, whatever arise, mind has power to experience it. So your mind itself, it doesn't matter, even though your thoughts, even though you look for the good things, so whatever appear, whatever come to you, so the mind capable to experience. So then what you experience, don't take as you. Just look at the observer. That observer, it is not a permanent, concrete, unchangeable observer. But for a moment, if you look very carefully, your consciousness, your awareness, your mind always have ability to see your thoughts. See that your thoughts every day change, but the experience that keep going with that change. So then you are the experiencer. So then on the surface level, whatever come moment by moment, you can't claim it as you. So that's why when you develop the awareness, when you develop the consciousness, you are capable to recognize it. So one thing is to gain this ability, you have to develop the stillness with the experiencer, with the observer, not with objects, not what we experience, not with the outside events. So when it comes to develop the stillness, the major barrier is the noise. So the noise, there are two noises. So one is inner noise, another one outer noise. So what is the inner noise? Inner noise means our thoughts, emotions, feelings, and our desire, our will. This everything always keeps shouting inside us, verbalizing our own life and create stories. So we have kind of like a code of, we are repeating stories. We telling stories inside us. So stillness means one way, you silence that story, you silence that inner voice for a moment. Another one, outer noise means, of course, there are unnecessary conversations, sometimes with people. And unnecessarily, sometimes other people interfere with you. And it makes you unrest, uncomfortable. So in that time, you have to remember to detach from that, unplug it. Because otherwise, if you keep going with that, so by the time your inner voice start to absorb that all the outside voice, and then this inner story is going to become more and more stronger. So then you have to be disciplined with the inner voice and the outer noise. So in that way, that doesn't mean that you are trying to kind of like escape from life. You are trying to withdraw from the world. No. You observe, you recognize, you see things, but still you are not interfering to it. So in that way, you can develop this stillness. And when you have that stillness, little by little, you are capable to see the observer and what you observe, object and the subject. There is a separation. So then what you need to do, by the time, you have to spend a little bit more time to be still. 5 minutes per day, 10 minutes per day. And whenever you have opportunity during the day, you develop this stillness. You develop this silence. You detach from this inner voice and you detach from this outer noise. And just observe. So it is a skill. Just by thinking, you can't gain it. Observing and recognizing is a skill. And once you develop that, you will see that the awareness is already there with you. And your mindfulness already there with you. Your consciousness is so sharp and clear all the time. Only thing is, we always send it to unnecessary directions. So there was far away in a village, there was a washerman. So he used to go wash clothes, and he collected the clothes around the city, the village, and go to the lake and wash it. So while he washing, sometimes he used many ways, rubbing and hitting the cloth to the kind of like a rock and brushing. So many ways he used to make this cloth clear. So by the time what happens? And he found a very nice piece of rock. And he thought it is good if he can use this to clean the clothes. It's like in villages, in our country, sometimes people use little piece of nice rock even to rub the skin gently, smoothly with soap. Sometimes they rub the skin with the little piece of rock. So like that, this guy, this washerman, start to use it. So every day he use it little by little, little by little. So what happens? By the time this piece of rock, and from the beginning it was dark and dirty. So now every day he use it, rubbing it. And then by the time when it cleaned the clothes, this piece of rock also start to become very clear. So then by the time it start to shine, beautiful, look something different than other rocks. But this washerman didn't recognize what it is. It's just a piece of rock for him. So one day, he went to the market, and then he didn't have money in his hand, and he wanted to get some vegetables. So he went to the vegetable man and he gave that piece of rock, and the vegetable man also didn't recognize what it is. Somehow it looked like nice, beautiful, and he gave some vegetable, exchange vegetable to other person. the washerman. So then this washerman took the vegetable and he became so happy. And the fisherman, the vegetable man also was so happy about it. And then on the way in the evening, the vegetable man wanted to buy some fish. So then he gave this piece of rock to that fisherman. And fisherman also looked at it, looked nice, beautiful. And even he didn't know what it is. And he gave some fish and exchanged that piece of rock. And then he knew there was a gem cutter. And this gem cutter always come to this place and take fish. And the fisherman and kept that piece of rock next to the fish bucket. And then one day this gem cutter saw this and asked, "What is this?" "Oh, that vegetable man gave this. And he got it from the washerman. And I have it." So then the gem cutter knew about gems. And by seeing it, and he recognized what it is. And he gave the necessary money, the worth for that rock, and he took it. And the fisherman also became so happy about it because he didn't care about that, because he know about fish. And the gem cutter took it and started to shine it and cut it, give a shape to that, pattern to that. And it became $1 million worth diamond. So your consciousness the same, your awareness the same. This is the story about your mind. So your mind also same like that piece of rock, muddy, dirty, dark rock. The washerman used it to clean. So yourself, when you help others, what happens? You brush up, you clean, you get clean. So another way, kind of like be useful to others, be useful to yourself. And that is where this your muddy, dark nature going to go away. Don't just be only for you. Be useful to yourself and to others. See that the piece of rock used to clean the cloth, and then it became shine. So like that, once you start to do the service to others, help others in many ways, you start to get shine. And then go to the washerman's hand, and he didn't recognize what this is. It is just a piece of rock for him. And sometimes in our environment, our family background, our social background, our cultural background, sometimes once we hold it to that things, and we became just a part of it. That's it. There's no valid sometimes for that. And then other thing is the washerman and use it to clean the clothes, and then go to the vegetable man, and go to the fisherman. So like that, sometimes we go body to body, place to place, life to life. We don't recognize the very nature or the power of the mind. We become very biased to this outside environment, the physical structure of us, male, female, and then the rich and poor, and then educated and uneducated. So like that, all the social identities hold us, and we also get into that positions, and then whatever they have, they exchange it to that valuable diamond. So same like what happens once we become biased to culture, the traditions, the believing system, or the following system, we exchange our mind to that whatever we believe. That's why behalf of the religion, people suicide. That's why behalf of the country, behalf of the religion, behalf of the nations, people kill each other. Because once we start to believe, and once we think that we become part of something, or we become biased to our culture, tradition, environments, we exchange our mind to that. That is the one of the misery tragedy that happened to human existence. Generations to generations, it keeps happening. It has a huge value in this conventional life. But you have to remember, the greatest way to exchange yourself to the highest value, connecting to the humanity. Because connected to humanity, you have to have the awareness. So once you have the clear awareness, that it's kind of like your mind get into that, the gem cutter's hand, because he recognized the value. He know how to shape it, sharp it, clear it, cut it, and give a right shape to that diamond. So like that, once you have the awareness, you are capable to cut it, shape it, sharp it, clear it, give a shape to your mind. And that is where you create your own life. It is available to anybody. So then just imagine, becoming a human being is very rare. So your life is blessings for you. It is blessings to you, and it is blessings to everybody. Try to catch it and then shine with it. Your life is blessings to you, to yourself, and to everybody. But if you don't have the awareness, your life can become a poison to yourself and to everybody. Your life can become dangerous to you, to everybody. Your life can become painful or the misery to you, to everybody. Your life can become dark to yourself and to everybody. But if you have the awareness, your life can become the light to yourself and to everybody. But that light is not going to become biased to anything. Just look at these lights everywhere. It gives the light itself. It allows other things to shine. But it itself exists there without interfering to these things. So like that, when you become the light to others, when you become the blessings to others, you give opportunity to each and everybody to shine itself. You uplift others itself without interfering to them. That is the very nature of this everything. Look at this table. Look at the chair. Look at around you everywhere, everything. That itself, it contributes something to the world. So then yourself, you have a great opportunity. You have this blissful life. You can contribute something to the world. Then look yourself what you contribute every day. And look at the world. Day by day, where it's heading. We are almost very close to a kind of like a huge, very miserable disaster. We are very close to that. So who created that? Aliens? No. Oh, kind of like a demons? No. The unknown, any other powers? No. Kind of like stars? No. Our own ignorance, our own greediness, our own anger, our own hatred. So it's the very darkness, that is the very muddy, dirty behavior we carry within us. So then what you need to do? And start to give a service to. That is the only way we can fix this all. That is the only way you can fix yourself, fix your family, fix around you. And that is the best thing that you can contribute to others. You become useful to you and useful to others, and give a service to yourself and give a service to others. Uplift yourself and help uplift others. So in that way, when the day comes for you to end your life, you're not going to come back and repeat the same. Why? Because you have done your part, and then you go to the next level. So the next version of you, next higher version of you. So by the time, in that way, little by little, you will reach to the highest completion. So that pinnacle itself take you to the liberation or the Nibbana. So it is a process. But by the time in the moment, every moment you have to remember, are you giving your best? So that's why developing this stillness, having this undisturbed mind, is the very key foundation to understand this all. Because that is where your awareness can cultivate, that is where your awareness can grow. When you don't have this stillness, any misery can happen out of your bodily, verbally, or mentally actions. So that's why whenever you have time, develop it, practice it, and it is a very beautiful experience. And take it and experience it and allow your awareness to grow with that stillness. So by the time you will see that the ability of seeing yourself, an ability of to separate the experience and experiencer, subject and the object, going to become more clear, sharp, and strong. Once you have that, you are capable to stay without interfering to what is come from you. So that itself is the solution to slowly reduce the power of this greed, hatred, and the delusion happen inside us. And the wisdom, that is another way that you can develop the wisdom. So with that, let's get into practice a little bit now. So your right palm on your left and neck head straight in one line, and be comfortable with your posture. So bring your attention to your body and scan head to toes yourself and say so patveva, or may I be well and happy 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable. May my breath be more smooth. May no difficulties come to me. May all the success come to me. Also think for a moment. This is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime. And detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalation and exhalation. So in the beginning, deeply and gently, breathe in, breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please. So keep your attention towards the sensation. If your mind go here and there, bring it back again and again. Just keep observe, do nothing extra. Bring your attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also as far as you can, through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe. And may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away. already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart. Forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light. To your backside. To your left side. And to your right side. Downward. And upward. To all 6 directions at once, like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy, without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest, wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha. Also, by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all your guardian angels and deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Tavata chammihi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya imaya dhamma anudhamma patipattiya buddham pujemi dhammam pujemi sangham pujemi Addaya imaya patipattiya jati jara vyadi maranam ha paribunjiswami idamme punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless you.